grave peril. The only thing I always tell people, like every one of these seminars I've done in this nation, the very first thing I said to these folks, I said, you do know what Queen's Bench is? And they all look at me, as like all these scholars and gurus that I've been talking to, because the people who've listened to me or come to my shows are really like hardcore into this. I said, you folks don't know how to access Queen's Bench. You don't understand the concept of Queen's Bench. I said, have you ever watched the Judge Judy show? It's like, there's somebody sits up there, or a jury, 2 men come in, 1 man leaves. It's very simple. There's no procedure. But while we still have access to the common law and Queen's Bench, use it. And no matter how many people I talked to, they said, we don't know Queen's Bench. I said, a simple Judge Judy show. Judge, 2 man, 1 in, 1 out. Boom. That's it.
Right.
This isn't rocket science.
Okay, cool.
He's saying, I'm not a person. I am a man. I have the right to access Queen's Bench. You have to pursue me now, chase me, prosecute me now into the Queen's Bench. And once we get there, you have to utter your proof, your claim in open court. You have to only. So court of record. So King's Bench, Queen's Bench is a court of record. And it only moves under the common law, not statutes.
Okay.
So the big thing at the last slide you saw, it says all access to the Queen's Bench or King's Bench is free to the people. So if they try to give you a filing fee, it's this blue one. This one. Yeah, it's written in blue. The free use of all courts of...
Sorry, that one you're looking at, eh?
No, this one right here. The free use of all courts of record is to be granted to the people. That's how I got in the door the other day when it was closed after hours. So this is what I did very simple with Bali, is I invoked the Queen's Bench. So all I did with Bali's case was I just said, I, Rashim Man, require of you to place your case before Queen's Bench. The next part of the notice was very simple. It's just, once we get before Queen's Bench, plaintiff must press the record.
Is anybody on the call? I guess there's a lot of people there, but does anybody on the call know if the treasure map to Queen's Bench got posted, or if the video of Karl and Bali got posted on the internet since this past Saturday? Well, Karl was speaking of a contingency on, not a contingency, but a group of folks on Angela's show that I think 15 or 16 of them that went in search of Queen's Bench and couldn't find it. Is anybody else on the line that wishes to say how all that went down and what happened? Yeah, hey, Bali, it's Doug in Colorado.
Oh, how are you?
I'm doing well. Hey, man, I was just wondering what's, where do you and Karl plan on posting the map to Queen's Bench, or the video that you guys took of you running through the halls?
I think Karl's got that one, but yeah, I mean, that's it's quite an interesting one. It'd be a good one to put up on there. I think we had quite a few people messaging in with having problems. Did you say you're from Colorado?
Well, I'm not from here, but that's where I'm standing right now. Yeah.
Okay. No, as in you're talking about the Queen's Bench in England. That's what I was just thinking. But yeah, Karl's got that video, and I noticed there were some people who'd gone there recently, and they were going down there to find out a bit more about the place. And they've been given a map. Now, I didn't quite understand why it was so awkward for these guys until I think I seen somebody actually post it, and I looked at it and thought, hang on, what is that? I've never seen that before. And it seems like I knew it was a bit of an awkward place anyway. It's very, very strange how to get there. And it seems like they're trying to make it a bit more difficult for most people. And I looked at it and I thought, that isn't the one that I had. Basically, the map that we had was a written version saying, you take the third left and through to the end of the corridor and take a right, that kind of treasure map, 10 paces forward, that kind of thing. But what the guy sent up was very, it was more of a drawing of a map that kind of makes you feel as though, yes, this is the treasure map. But in actual fact, that doesn't quite work because it's a two-dimensional drawing of the building, when in actual fact, in order to get there, you have to go up one flight of stairs, across the corridor, back up one, through another room, and then back down again. So actually a two-dimensional drawing of the map is just absolute lunacy. So whoever thought of that, well, I can only imagine that they were laughing when they thought they'd produce that, of which, like I say, quite a few people had an interesting time trying to decipher what of hours, and that was uploaded on the Facebook. But I think I'll have to dig out the treasure map, the written version, so that helps some of the guys to get there. But yeah, I mean, the other thing is when I tend to, because a few times on the way back out, I've got lost because I've looked at the map and it's obviously in reverse, and I've just it's easily to get lost in that place, just of the way that it's designed. You can only really grasp it until you've actually been there and you realise, what the hell is this? This just makes no sense whatsoever. You know, it should technically be one flight of stairs up, down a corridor, and a number to that room, but that is not the way that it works. So you know there's something not right there. Yeah, like I say, it's made to be testing. Let's put it that way. And a few people have found that a struggle. So, and at first, I really got to say, I just didn't quite understand why people were finding it so hard. But yeah, as soon as we started doing a bit digging, we realised, yes. I mean, the Karl's video itself shows you, yes, technically how you get up there and all the way across. However, I think actually the directions will probably be the easiest thing for you guys. But yeah. Is that something that you'd be happy with, or how far, or is there something else that you want?
UK. Yeah, and like I said, people, like I said, this Queen's Bench thing, you guys are starting to get into this statutory legalese crap. You guys are starting to get picky uni now. It's when it's uppercase, lowercase, whatever, apostrophe S before the S, after the S. Stop worrying about that. All you're doing when you're making a claim, go to claims court. Just go into a claims court. I don't care. Wherever you guys do small claims, okay? Wherever you guys have a small claims court, I don't care if it's district court, I don't care. Yeah.
Yeah, county court, yeah.
Jump a second, man. Let me talk to you for a second. Like I said, if you guys are doing, like I said, now you guys are starting to micromanage this stuff, and this is exactly where you guys are going to go. My dad could not read or write English, okay? You guys got to stop micromanaging this damn stuff and stop saying, oh, uppercase Q, lowercase q. This is silly. This is what Dean Clifford's getting himself in trouble with. He's panicking. I heard, he's talking again. All those people are trying to get me to come up there and help him. He's panicking. Because you know what he's saying now? He's saying, well, see, the government is using an uppercase C in Canada and underlining the word Canada. Then you underline the word Canada. Just get a quick one. But like I said, I'm watching these people now doing Queen's Bench, saying statutory. Queen's Bench without the apostrophe S. You guys got to stop. You guys are going to get into this ridiculous nonsense of apostrophe S before the S, after the S, no apostrophe. It's going to start getting silly and stupid again. And this is what I'm trying to avoid. My dad did not have to read and write English. He did not do it. Okay. So if he didn't do it, what are you telling me? He doesn't have a chance to bring his case into a court. So like I said, you guys got to stop micromanaging this silly spelling of Queen's Bench or silly spelling of whatever. The big things you guys got to worry about is just some simple things, like are we going to meet in the bench or are we going to meet at the bench?
And that's what I said to them. I said, look, a code. I said, like I said, the marshals obviously didn't know. But I said, do you actually know where the codification of the codes come from? I said, what branch of the government codifies the public law? And he was like, I don't know. I said, well, no branch of the government codifies public law. I said, it's a private publishing corporation called Thompson's out of Canada. They come down and they read the public law. They unroll the public law in a Library of Congress vault, and they interpret the public law, and they codify it. They create a code out of it. So, now, if they're misinterpreting the public law, what am I going to do? Sue Thompson's, the publishing company who actually creates the United States Code? I said, that's where our codes come from. A publishing company comes down from Canada, goes to the Library of Congress, opens up their vault, rolls out the parchment paper that all the congressmen signed, that's a public law, and they read it. And they interpret it, and they make our code for us. Isn't that lovely? I said, so I'm going to hope that some Canadian guy got it right. I said, this is ridiculous. I don't move on the code, but Coca-Cola and Pepsi has to.